Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Art and Outdoor Life here with John. I hope that you're having a great day, a good morning, great evening, wherever you are, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. Thank you for viewing. Welcome back to my sketchbook series. I call it Dear Sketchbook. So these are the colors that I'm using. I did not use the yellow ochre. Those are the brands. These are the brushes. Everything here is very affordable, economical, budget friendly. Okay. Different brands, different everything. And I'm going to be trying out Tombow dual brush pens. They come with two different types of tips, and you can buy them in different colors. They come in 6-packs, the ones I bought here. The brush tip I'm using is basically a point. These are my palettes, just using those paper plates. I'm on my coffee table. I'm enjoying myself. I do have white gouache in there, and it's mainly to just mix with a little bit of pigment to kind of give it that pastel-y look. I went to the store, and I was looking for, they have the Canson graduate sketchbooks, and they had watercolor. It said they were in the store. When I got there, they were out. So this ended up being mixed media. And these are very affordable, budget friendly. Just a few dollars for everything that you're looking at here. 5 by 5, 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches, 120-pound paper, 200 gram. Come in 20 sheets, so I picked up 2. So I'm just wetting down the paper loosely here. And after going outside and witnessing some of the solar eclipse, I just came in and I was relaxing. And it's what I do. It's getting really nice out, and yes, I cannot wait to get into the plein air thing. So now there's 2 different kinds of blues I'm using, and the one of them I cannot pronounce. The other one is ultramarine blue. Okay. So if you've never tried sketchbooking, they're really fun to do. Like, I did this on my coffee table, but I could have did it outside. I could have did it at a park. I could have done it, in my bedroom. I could have did it anywhere. That's why I love these sketchbooks. And, they're not just made for painting. You could draw, and you can put little thumbnails, get ideas. You can write on them. If you do a painting, you can write down exactly what you were thinking and what the mood was like. So with this flat brush here, just kind of wiping up right against that horizon line. And what I did was I put some light crimson red light, mixed it with a little bit of Windsor Newton white gouache to kind of get a pastel type of color. And I do have regular white watercolor here, but I wasn't going to go look for it. And the reason behind this is, I think I've said it in my last video, I'm not sure, but, right below the sky, where the sky meets the horizon, you'll see colors sometimes, like yellows and oranges. But these very light reds, pink, when they go up against your greens, they make your greens pop out. Because it's the opposite. It's the, not the opposite color, it's the complementary colors, okay? So I am mixing my own green here with lemon yellow and blue. But the whole idea with that pink, pastel-like pink, and I could have brightened that up or darkened it with putting more blue or more yellow in there. The whole idea with the pink there is to make that contrast between the reddish tone against the greenish tone, because they do complement each other very well. And so I'm just kind of fiddling around here, going around. I'm using some different ways, I guess, of painting here. But I'm enjoying myself, That's the whole idea, to have fun and enjoy yourself. Very loose paintings. It's time, personal time, and time to get stress off of your mind. So here I'm just kind of using a little bit of Payne's Gray. I did have Van Dyke Brown. I had that, but for some reason, I must have forgot to put it on a palette. That's all I can say. So I was just fooling around with this. I am still going to do that test of how I make my own Payne's Gray versus this Windsor and Newton Cotman Payne's Gray. I'm still going to do that, guys. So, and this is more impressionism, I guess. I don't know. But for me, it's more experimental. And I guess you could say when you're experimenting, you're kind of, I mean, is it experimenting or just having fun? Or is it just playing, or is it fiddling? Well, it's not fussing, it's learning, but it's also, now that's the darker blue. And so it's got a very long name. It starts with a P. That's all I know. And I wanted it to kind of be a shade. Now there is the ultramarine blue on the bottom of this. You could see the comparison there. And the top of the water almost looks like the Payne's Gray, but it's not. Actually isn't. So, but yeah, if you have time, if you've never tried sketchbooking, go out and grab a sketchbook. They're not expensive. Buy some, whatever fits your budget, and you'll have a wonderful time, because, like I said, you could take these anywhere and paint. And, the purpose of these are not to be, you know, perfect. I mean, you can if you are that deep into it. There's many reasons why, I would suggest doing this. So I wanted a little mound there, and it was just too dark, too big up front, right? So I just kind of blotted it out. I lifted it up with my paper towel that I had, and so I'm just these are kind of murky, kind of green colors that I'm just putting in here. Because I want like a hill right there with a little bit of mountain in the back. And as you can see right now, that pink, which is actually the crimson red light mixed with some of the whitewash, is glowing. It's glowing in the back there. So I'm just, with the fan brush, I'm just kind of putting in some trees, some leaves, just kind of doing it like that. And so we have a river or a stream kind of coming down and making a turn. Actually, to be honest with you, for some reason, I thought this was watercolor paper, okay? Even though when I seen they were out of it, I picked up the multimedia paper. But I went there knowing that they said they had the watercolor paper, the Canson graduate ones. So I'm using the card, I'm scraping, just kind of getting effects, whatever I can. I actually dipped the corner of my card into the water on this tree here because it was already dried out. So I just dipped the little tip, and that water loosened it up, and I was able to get some bark effects on it. Okay. So this is direct crimson red light, And again, the red and the green, they complement each other. But I didn't want to put too much on there. Just a little bit to add some color, or as I call it, flavor. A little bit of flavor never hurts. They could be flower patches or, whatever. Something like that. Never hurts. Never hurts. So here I am with a liner brush, and now I'm adding a little bit of whitewash in here, just to kind of, very lightly, very gently, just to kind of outline this little mound or hill, and also to define it so that I can try to keep a shade in the water right below the mound there. Even though it might look like an island, but to me it was just, around a bend of a stream is all. So now, as far as the sky and that pink sky, I could have blended that, but being it was so small, on this sketch pad, I decided to skip that because, I'm just having fun here, right? On a larger sheet of paper, I would have blended it very nicely to where it to where that pink eventually faded into the blue. And for more color and and such, I put some bright yellow in here. Now I'm getting that grass and kind of lightening it up a little bit, putting color in there and dressing it up, when I noticed I didn't have the brown, the Van Dyke brown, I have a lot of browns, or an umber, then I was kind of like, okay, let's just keep going. So now here, I'm using the Tombow dual brush. And I was like, this is my first time I ever tried any of these. They're made for water, water soluble they are. They have 2 different tips on them. And I picked these up today too. And that's why I decided to try it. So I'm just kind of flickering it up and down. Kind of grass effects. Something I would normally do with a fan brush or a rigger liner brush. And in some parts of this painting, the water is still wet. And this brush here, it's a brush pen, okay? It's going right over some of these pockets of water. So there's no, it's not stopping like a regular pen would do, or even watercolor pencil. So with these dual brush pens, it was going very nicely over some of the pockets of water that were still on the paper. Some of the wet paint. It was going very nicely over that. And I will be using these a lot more in my sketchbooks. I've never tried one before, and it worked fine. Let me see here. These are 4 landscape paintings, okay? Dual brush pens. The brand is Tombow. Water-based ink, okay? Brush and fine tip in 1 pen. And I'm using the brush tip on this pen, but on the same pen it has a bullet tip, which I didn't even try. So I'm coming back over here with some Payne's Gray. I want to get a little bit of shadow in here and there, a little dark in there. Normally I would have used an umber for the bottom, but that's okay. I was having fun, and that's why I do these, to relax, to enjoy myself, to calm down, to be creative without any expectations. Now, I'm trying to scrape a little bit along the bottom there, but it's such a small area that, but, again, just having fun. So, just kind of going through here. I didn't want it completely that dark. I could have diluted the Payne's gray a lot more. But you know, I wanted that also to blend, because that is a stream. So what I did was I went back and I put a little bit of blue with a little bit of white gouache. And with the white gouache and the blue, now I'm getting like a pastel kind of blue. And that's what I was doing here. Again, if I would have had my regular white watercolor, I would have used it, but I just didn't. I mean, I was in the front room. I didn't even go in my studio to look for any colors for this. And it was off the top of my head, you know. I wasn't planning anything special. I normally don't plan anything. I mean, sometimes I have ideas. So with the pen, I'll just go ahead and put a few birds and I'll sign my name.